Second day of shoulder pads today. Another good physical day. Thought the offense responded to yesterday where the defense seemed to kind of dominate, and went back and forth today. Both sides had some big plays, did some good things. Thought in general they came out with good energy and practiced very physical, and now we look forward to putting on full pads.
You guys put up on your website some information regarding Marquise and his situation. Can you expand on that a little bit?
Sure. I think as you say, you've seen our statements. As we've done in our 3 years of being back here, we've been extremely proactive to get ahead of things whenever they potentially may come up. And so those statements were released. I really don't have anything else on it. But to say, I think once again, it was a great job being proactive by our compliance department and our athletic department.
Is that something that was brought to the school's attention, or when Manziel's situation started kind of coming to light, or at least the allegations, did you go to Marquise and ask him, or how did that kind of come together?
Yeah, I think, it was a situation with all the stuff going on. Our compliance department, once again, being extremely proactive, brought the questions to us for a guy like Marquise. And as you can see, we're very confident in the statements that were made.
Have you talked to Marquise about it?
Sure, yeah. Anything like that. We're in constant communication with our players. Our elite type players that may face things like that.
Just generally speaking, do you guys have a policy regarding guys signing and collect people who represent themselves as collectors and whatnot?
Yeah, we have really always, in general, talked to our guys about signing everything they can. They remember when they were little kids. Unfortunately, we can't necessarily control where those go, and that's always been the case. I kind of see things out of the corner of your eyes sometimes where parents and adults send little kids up for autographs. So we just kind of always side on the side of being nice.
Did any other player get tangled up in any of this, or did you have to check with anybody else?
I don't think I think the compliance went to Marquise just because of obviously his attention to him right now, and the places that he's been, and the awards and all those things.
Is this a situation where you might almost have to send somebody with a kid when they go to places like this? Is it getting to that point?
Well, I think we're always in a constant battle of educating our players, but also wanting them to be able to be college students too, and not walk everywhere with them. And so, even though we're accountable for their actions, I think just like you guys and your own kids, you got 2, 3, 4 of them or whatever you have, we got 70 of them. And so we do the best that we can. We usually get them when they're about 17, 18 years old, and try to do the best we can while we have them.
Did this have anything to do with Hayes Blair not being on the field yesterday? Did you have to come and talk to him?
Hayes had a medical issue yesterday, and then Hayes was in class, in practice, and then came out here from class.
Seemed like
awesome practice day,
yes,
right?
Yeah. What did you think of the quarterback play today? It seemed like Max struggled a little bit.
It's your broken record question, by the way. It's 4 days in a row. So we did unfortunately have 2 turnovers. I thought we were doing really well. We went through basically 2.5 periods without turning the ball over. It was the emphasis of the day again. Really wanting to take care of it, making good decisions, and unfortunately we made 2 bad decisions in there. So we'll go back and look at the film, and as you guys know, quarterbacks sometimes are hard to evaluate until you slow the film down and see everything. And so what you see at full speed sometimes isn't what really happens once you see the film.
What do you think of your pass rush?
Really, if you think about it, there's 11 players that play on offense, and 5 of them every snap, regardless of personnels. Sometimes you play with 1 tight end, 2 tight ends, 2 backs, 3 receivers, all those everything. You're always playing with 5 linemen, so that's almost half of your offense. It's something that every NFL team does. Some college teams do with the limited number of coaches. So just with some move we made in the off season, I think we got a lot of potential in our young players, and we're excited for those 2 guys to continue to develop.
What benefits have you seen?
I think the individual attention they get, like I said, 5 guys are going on a snap, and one's watching front side, one's watching back side. And when you only have 1 guy, it's impossible to see all 5 and coach them all at the same time.
What's going on over at left tackle?
Andre was unable to practice today, so we flipped Chad Wheeler over there. for some snaps, and we also bumped Max Turk out from left guard to left tackle to look at it. So kind of excited to see what it looks like on the film.
What after looking at Wheeler for a couple plays yesterday, what did you see out of that film?
Well, Chad has really put on a lot of weight. He's very athletic. That's why it's going to be exciting to see this film. See how he looked out there this morning. It was just a walkthrough, so we didn't see very much of him out there. So, because yesterday Gertler took the snaps after Andre went down.
Is Andre, is that I know you're going to talk about injuries, but is that just kind of a day-to-day thing or a longer range issue that you're dealing with him?
I think it's a day-to-day thing.
With the new faces on your staff and with your popcorn, who are you leaning on in the position battles? Who's in your tight circle now in those decisions?
For what? I missed the second part.
For the position battles, whether it be defense or offense, like who are you leaning on when you're going to decide these position battles on your staff?
Oh, okay. We have great coaches. We take in all their input. Coordinators a lot of times have a little more say than position coaches. But and then as head coach, you got to make the best decision for the team. But you always want to take in all the information from your staff.
What about your pass rush today? You have to see a lot of it.
Yeah, I think we're going the right direction. I think those 5 guys in base front and those 4 guys in nickel front have a chance to be really good. A number of them have had production over their career, so got a long ways to go. But they do cause you issues from an offensive standpoint because it's a very good pass rush unit.
Who do you think's handling the pass rush better this early in camp?
A player?
Kessler or Riddick? Who's handling it better?
I don't know that. I think they're both doing a good job.
Anyone in particular standing out at corner yet?
I think the same thing. The guys flash. Probably the guy that hadn't done that much that's flashing would be Davion. Shelton, again makes two good plays today. He kind of was banged up on and off last year, and so he does have good length, good speed, and he's breaking on the ball very well.
Is he able to, he's a taller corner, probably one of the taller ones in the roster. Is he able to turn and run as well as some of these other guys? Are you concerned at any, about him losing some flexibility for that height?
Well, you usually aren't going to, when you get taller and you get longer, a lot of times you're not as quick as the shorter guys. But, he's got plenty of skill, plenty of quickness, plenty of speed. We just got to continue to develop him. He's very young.
Expect Sewell back tomorrow?
I hope so.
Okay.
Thanks, Clay.
Thanks.
Thank you.